Hey everybody, so 2 months ago, Pokemon actually released a silhouette of a unknown Pokemon at the end of the new Hoopa movie. And today I'm here to talk about it now that we finally have that Pokemon revealed. It is Zygarde in its perfect form. Apart from the new Zygarde forms, in this video I'm also going to talk about what is coming up in the anime and Ash's team predictions. So let's get started with Zygarde. This form represents Zygarde at 100% of its power. And along with this new form, we also have 4 other forms. All of these Zygarde forms are based off of the percentage of its power that it has. For example, the one that you see on your screen right now is Zygarde Perfect Form, at 100% of its power. There is also a Zygarde form at 50%, 10%, and 2 other forms that have not been classified yet. This form is known as Zygarde Cell, and also, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the teaser of what I believe is Mega Evolution Act 4, we see a lot of these with Chespin. It is currently unknown if this form of Zygarde can be used in battle, but it is guaranteed that it will make an anime appearance in the next Pokemon movie. In the trailer for Mega Evolution Act 4, we see more than one of these Pokemon, and it is possible that they will need to come together or fuse to become the next form of Zygarde. This form of Zygarde is called Zygarde Core, and right here I'm going to speculate that along with all the Zygarde cells, you're going to need at least one of these to actually have them fused together. We also see one of these in the trailer for Mega Evolution Act 4. This next form of Zygarde is when it has 10% of its power, and resembles a dog, as you can see. In CoroCoro, it actually describes it as being fast and with fangs, so it is most likely that this will have a lot of attack and a lot of speed. Other than that, not much is known about this form. This next form of Zygarde is the one that everybody knows and nobody loves. Zygarde in its normal form. This is Zygarde at 50% of its power. Everyone remembers going to Terminus Cave and getting the form of Zygarde in Pokemon X and Y. Like Rayquaza, Giratina, and Kyurem, this is the legendary that you can get after beating the Elite Four, and the one that has no purpose in the game except for foreshadowing the next game. This next form of Zygarde is known as Zygarde Perfect Form, or when it has 100% of its power. It is said to be stronger than both Xerneas and Yveltal combined. It even has hints of their coloring in this form. On one arm it has red, which represents Yveltal, and on the other arm it has blue, which represents Xerneas. Also, in the middle of its chest, it has blue, red, and white, most likely to represent the 3 of them. It is currently unknown if Zygarde will have to fuse with Xerneas or Yveltal to achieve this form. Alright, now that we're done with Zygarde and all of its new forms, let's move on to what's happening with the anime here. So, Mega Evolution Act 4 is actually coming out on October 29th, and following it, there will actually be a new season of the anime, titled XY, and you guessed it, Z. So this hints that the next Pokemon game may be being Pokemon Z, but it might be called something different. We're not sure yet. Apart from Ash and his Pokemon, this poster doesn't really show many new things. Serena still has a Broxian and a Pancham, but now has an Eevee, which I believe she gets it in an episode coming out in actually just a few weeks. Clement still has his normal team of Luxray, Bunnelby, and Chespin, and Bonnie still has Dedenne over her head. Except in this, if you look carefully at the poster, you can actually see that she's holding one of the Zygarde forms. However, when we focus on Ash, we can actually see a lot of differences in his team. So, first of all, I'm going to run through what I think his team will be from what I see in this poster. Pikachu, Greninja, Talonflame, Halooncha, Noivern, and Mega Sceptile. It's pretty obvious why Pikachu is on Ash's team. I mean, it's literally the mascot of Pokemon, and almost anybody in the world who's ever heard of Pokemon will recognize it. Talonflame, because recently in the anime, it has not been released in the episode has not been released in America yet, but in the anime, Ash's Fletchinder actually evolved into a Talonflame. I won't say why or how, just that's it. Halooncha Ash is caught earlier in the anime, and there's really no other reason besides that. Noivern is actually a bit different because it clearly evolves from Ash's Noibat, which he recently got in the anime, but I've always wondered about this because in the Unova region actually we saw Alexa's Noivern, and it was always shown as like feisty, um, short-tempered. And I was always wondering because Ash's Noibat is the opposite of that. It's very shy. It has a bit of trouble flying, and I was wondering how they would give it. Like, I don't think they do that much of a character change. But I always doubted that he would get a Noivern, but this poster just proved me wrong. All right, and now we're on to the two biggest changes: Ash's Greninja and Ash's possible Mega Sceptile. Let's start with Ash's Greninja. It will obviously evolve from his Frogadier in an upcoming episode. Also, by looking at it, you can tell that it is not an ordinary Greninja. CoroCoro says that this Greninja sorta looks like Ash's clothes. Directly behind its eyes, we see something that kind of resembles Ash's black spiky hair. Also, on its head, we see a red line, which also could resemble Ash's cap. This Greninja would most likely be distributed in the new Pokemon game. It might even get a new move, similar to Cosplay Pikachu in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And finally, last but not least, we have Mega Sceptile. Mega Sceptile is actually kind of hidden in the back of this poster, and the first time I saw it, I didn't really notice Mega Sceptile. Also, Ash doesn't even have a keystone anywhere on him that's visible, so they're not really being like clear about saying, oh hey, Ash is gonna have a Mega Sceptile. But the reason I believe it's his, I have two reasons. One, it's in the middle of all of his other Pokemon, and two, this is actually the only region where Ash has not gotten a Grass type within the first 10 episodes, and I feel like that Mega Sceptile is pretty much better than him getting a Chestnut, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, also I feel like now his team would have an electric type, a water type, a fire type, a dragon / flying, I guess, a fighting, and also now it has a grass, which really just completes his team. But that's just my personal opinion, so if you have anything you disagree with, just leave it in the comments below. Alright, so that's it for this video, and if you have any questions or you disagree with anything that I said, or if you just need to correct me on something, I'm fine with that. Just leave it in the comments below. So thanks for watching.